Big up, everybody. It's your boy, Mark, and MUFC fan, and you know what it is. Smash those likes and subscribe. Get in. Let's get to it, because you know what? Exciting times. What can I say? Man United's match days tomorrow, guys. Gotta be excited for that. I mean, the form might not have been great, but we definitely need to get 3 points. So we gotta look at positivity, look at where's the optimism, what could happen, what are the possibilities. And of course, guys, there's lots of news to be had because talk about a brand new left wing back guy looks like Hulk times two. You know what I mean? Returned. Someone put Hulk in the left wing back. You know what I mean? Young player, 17 years old, and we're talking about Diego Leone. Of course, I did this transfer stream with the exclusive early on. As you know, Man United are in advanced talks for the youngster. So let's move on to that because we talked enough about that. Let's talk about the match tomorrow in Czech Republic facing Viktoria Plzen, FC Viktoria. It's going to be an interesting situation. Let's see how it goes. Let's get right into it, guys. Amarim has been talking. We will talk about what he said about Dan Ashworth later on. But let's get into what he's been saying about the team selection, guys, because you know what I mean? We need 3 points. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And we definitely need to get ourselves on the roll because the Premier League season is not doing that well. And guys, we definitely need to be improving. Big up to my boy in the building. Big up to Bali Tech coming through. I'm gonna bring you on the stage. One second, bro. Big up to you, Broski. I hope you're well. It's gonna be an
Yeah,
interesting one tonight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it should be interesting. This is the Manchester United preview. Have no fear, Tech is here. What are you saying, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. You know how it is. For me, I'm just interested. I'm optimistic about what could happen. I already know that, it's not gonna go like a fairy tale. I mean, Amarim is a very good coach. He is changing a lot of things. We are seeing progress little by little, but it's not something that is gonna quantify right now in terms of our title chase in the Premier League. I think it's something where we need to focus on this competition and this game we are in tomorrow against Victoria Pilsen because I think it's our best chances getting into Europe. And I'm not saying, we are going to win the Champions League. We might even lose a few games. But what I'm saying is we definitely need a financial boost that comes with being part of the Champions League, guys. I don't know if anyone disagrees. I'm hearing some guys thinking maybe we should bin off the cups, bin off the Europa League, bin off the FA Cup and focus one game a week. But that's not Man United-esque. And I know we're not at our best, but I just feel like we need to work hard regardless. What are you
Wait,
saying, bro?
why would we do that?
I just heard some content creators talking about that this morning, bro. So I'm just
I'm
saying what
just
I
I'm
heard.
just trying to see the logical idea behind it. Like, you're basically saying, yeah, you've got an easy through road to get through to the main road, or you can fight to go through traffic to get to where you need to go. Like, why would you do that? Like, the Premier League, you've got Tottenham in there, you've got all these other teams in there. I can mention them all, but you've got all these teams fighting for the position that we're trying to fight for. And then we're up against Victoria Pleasant in the Europa League tomorrow. Surely we should just concentrate on beating those types of teams in order to get into the Champions League, in order to get the financial boost, in order to sell the players that we don't need, in order to use now the adequate money to steer away from the PSR and the FFP and all that so we can revitalize the squad. But no, people don't understand that we're in financial crisis and we have to look towards selling Harry Amas to balance the books. People don't understand these things. They just think that we can try and get fourth in the league, which might not work, trying to play this manager's new system, which he doesn't have the players to do so because his tactics require energy and to run like dogs. And we've got a lot of players that don't do this. So why shoot yourself in the foot? Just trying to,
100%.
you know?
100%. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Big up Daily Baller in the building. Bro, I think it's an interesting thing that you mentioned there. You know what I mean? Like, even if some of the players were to get up to speed, that's not going to happen right now. You know what I mean? It will take a couple months for them to get the fitness, the required levels of understanding of the system and all these things. You know what I mean? So looking at the possibilities and what happening currently with where we at right now, we going our way to Viktoria Plzen, guys. You know, we won our first encounter under Ruben Aaron by beating Norwegian champions Bodo Glimt 3-2 at Old Trafford. Back-to-back Premier League defeats from Arsenal and Nottingham Forest since soured the mood. But guys, you know what? We might go in there and get a good victory tomorrow. And what I'm saying is, with games played in the league phase, Man United find themselves in 12th. In the new 36-team Europa League standings, they are just one of 7 unbeaten teams to date and are closing in on a top 8 spot, which could secure automatic qualification for the last 16. Here's how our Amorim could possibly line up. And this is just one of the many options. I'm going to bring to you 3 different options of how United could possibly be lining up from different reports that are coming out and different opinions, guys. So in this one perspective, of course, Andre Onana will be in goal. Nusa Mazraoui, Harry Maguire, Lissandro Martinez will be forming that back 3 partnership. And in front of them, we're going to have Amad Diallo, Manuel Ugarte, Kobe Mainu, and Diego Dallo off of the left. Bruno Fernandes is going to be in that 10 role as well, with Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee going to be starting up front. Now, I don't know what your thoughts are, but big up Balitech. Let me know what you think about that starting lineup, and then we'll revisit another one and see what you think again.
I mean, we've been doing a lot of rotation anyway, so I'm not necessarily against the lineup. Me personally, I would have liked to see Euro get more minutes because I think it's important that the guy gets up to speed as soon as possible because I think he will be our most important defender personally. Amarin's system, they like to get the team forward and we like to play on the halfway line. So for me, it makes sense that if we're going to be trying to play on the halfway line, then we need a defender that can run back, that has the recovery pace to do so. So the quicker that boy gets up to speed, the better, in my opinion.
Interesting point of view, and I feel like the football gods are hearing you and they're answering you, my brother, with this one, because as the United boss is looking for his first win in 2 games after consecutive defeats versus Arsenal, neither Luke Shaw or Johnny Evans has trained this week, so they're not going to be available for traveling in this fixture. The bulk of the squad has traveled regardless. So Amarim, and we know he's largely rotated during the opening weeks of his tenure, so it will be fascinating to see what he really does. However, there has been training sessions today, and we saw Lenny Yoro in training, Ahmad, Mainu, Casemiro, Dallo, the likes of Anthony as well, and they were all in training today. And there are reports coming out from this perspective that, from the perspective of the Czech Republic, the Czechians, I think I'm saying it right, the Czechians reporters, that the predicted 11 might have a slight change in it, and it will not feature Lissandro Martinez, but it will see Lenny Yoro in a starting role for the first time this season since being injured in preseason, next to Dillit and Mazraoui. It also sees Ahmad, Mainu, and Casemiro start in the midfield, with Dalot playing on the left wing back and not Ugarte, who might be rested for the Premier League game this weekend. There's also talk that Garnacho will start next to Rashford, next to Fernandes, and Rashford will be starting up front in this game tomorrow evening. As you know, it's December 12th. What are your thoughts on that starting lineup? Because it's another report that came in that's possibly, could be right. They could be wrong. But let's see how it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my thoughts are that's a decent team. Any team that has Euro in it, to me, is a decent team. I still think we're lacking a left wing back. Unfortunately, we're in the process of signing one, and he can't just come in and tell Delo that he's not good enough to start in his position. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, what's the other team?
Well, so far, the reports coming out from in where I'm from is saying that Plzen are expected to be without their stalwarts Vetsova, Markovic after he was forced off in their league match against Carvina over the weekend with an injury. Lenny Euro should be making his first European appearance and start against this team. However, he could face competition in defense after Victor Lindelof took part in first team training today. It leaves Luke Shaw, the only player who's currently unavailable, as I said earlier on, and Johnny Evans. There are interesting news coming in as the prediction are that United are in the middle of a tough run of fixtures, and anything but a positive result here could only increase the levels of scrutiny ahead of matches against Man City and Tottenham in the Cup. Amarim's side do not look convincing at the back, particularly from set pieces that we were found out by Arsenal. But that could be rectified as you see this weekend. I think we had a better little bit kind of thing when it came to defending the corners. And there are some reports that the possible starting 11 this time is going to feature the likes of Onana. It's going to feature the likes of Mazraoui at the back, Diego Dallo, and Lenny Euro playing the centre-back role. Up in the midfield four, there's partnership of Kobe Menu and Ugarte. Off the right wing back, you are seeing the likes of Ahmad. Off the left wing back, you are seeing the likes of Anthony. Up front, we are seeing Bruno Fernandes partnered with Mason Mount with a strike force of Højlund up front. What is your thoughts on that lineup, bro?
Wait, where did you say Anthony's playing?
Left wing back.
No, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Because I actually want to see how that would work. Because I wouldn't be surprised if he starts putting in some good balls with his favoured left foot rather than trying to go with the outside of the boot when he's in crossing positions down the right-hand side. Again, any team that's got Lenny Euro in it I'm all right with it. And yeah, looking forward to the game, I suppose.
100%, bro. Let's I'll bring a lineup builder out because there's a few more stories I wanted to talk about, a little bit of transfer talk, but you know what I mean? So I'm just going to bring a lineup to the stage. Allow me as I take my time to create this thing. It's a little bit slow. Don't laugh too much. So, it's a 3-4-3 situation.
Big up to everyone in the chat, by the way.
3-4-2-1. That's what we're playing. 3-4-2-1. This one here. Right. Boom. So that's gonna be that. Right. So for me, of course, Onana. I would like to see Bayern there get some minutes, but the likelihood of Bayern there getting a start, it's not that likely. It seems maybe not. I'm not too sure. So I'm just gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with that second lineup that we saw earlier, the last one where we saw Euro here. I'm going to put him there because I think that's the position where he's probably going to play the most. I saw Mazraoui. Saw Delo. Ahmad. You can chop. We can chop and change after. So I'm just gonna run it really quickly to put it up. So main.
Just to touch on the potential new signing, if that guy comes in and we sign another left wing back, we will officially be stacked in that area.
Bro, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that situation, bro, because that brother, he looks like Hulk, if you know what I mean.
When I saw him, I said, right, he's 17. I said,
bro,
no,
the dude
wait.
looked like 24 at 17.
He looks like a big man already. He looks like he's got 5 kids. Good luck to him anyway. We need more of that because in the past we would have let Brighton get that guy and then they would have slapped 100 million price tag on him.
Well, that's the thing, bro. Like, to be fair, bro, like somebody most of the situations is we get the offers of those players first, but it just so happened that we don't actually make active approaches, and other teams just get them because we actually don't want them. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things for me where I just feel like it's a situation where we need to be proactive. We need to rebuild the squad. We got to be confident. You know what I mean? Malaysia. Oh,
Imagine
Malaysia, you mean? Oh, nah, Malaysia is not starting in this game, bro.
you don't want a top 20 youngster rated in the world. You don't want these type of players. That was the old regime. This regime, they're trying to fight for the top youngsters.
Yeah, I don't mind bringing in some of these youngsters, who might have a more kind of aggressive approach to the game. They more like have that more adult mentality in terms of maturity of play. I feel like it's an interesting situation going forward because I mean we do have the likes of Harry Amas and Murray, but maybe Harry Amas and this guy, they start training together and they rub off well on each other. You know what I mean? Because we
Yeah,
know this guy has skill and quality. We know Harry Mas has a lot of skill and quality as well. But the difference in the two of them is like I think one has a more mature style of play and is physically ready to play in the Premier League, while the other still has to develop physically. So having that kind of challenge, he might rise to the occasion. You never know what could happen. So I would actually hope that we don't sell Harry Mas. Maybe we could sell some other youngsters that we have in the squad. You know what I mean?
yeah. So you think Delo's gonna play as a centre back?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, we could change that. I mean, let's have options. If you guys feel like in the chat, anyone in the chat feel like maybe Delo shouldn't be playing there. It's
I
just an
just think
option. We could change it. I have no problem with that.
I just
But
think he's
I
a booby trap player. I just think he's a booby trap player personally.
so we would prefer to see off of the left in that situation currently.
I just want to see that guy arrested for like 100 games.
100 games.
Yeah, he's a booby trap player this season. I'm
All right.
joking, but he need like I don't know. Like every
So
time
so
I
are we
see him
throwing
play, he just
Lissandro in
plays
there
rubbish.
or are we putting
Yeah,
Lissandro?
yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah. I
let me put
wouldn't
in
play him as
Lissandro.
a. If I was gonna play him as a centre back, it would have to be a right centre back because I just remember the horror show that he did for us. Was it against Chelsea where he gave away the penalty? Like he's yeah, or when he got destroyed by Tyler Diblin. I just see him giving away penalties. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right. So we're slapping Martinez, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't know you guys, but to me, this lineup looking pretty good. I wouldn't mind. I would definitely like to see what this lineup could do. I wouldn't be.
I
I would
don't.
be very honest.
My only other gripe with this team is Garnacho. Is the guys. I don't want to insult the kid, but the guy is just not. He's just not been playing well for a while now.
He hasn't been true, to be honest.
For a
You know what I
while,
mean?
yeah.
He hasn't. He hasn't. He really hasn't shown any form in the last couple of games. I just feel like he going
I
through a
don't
little
know
bit
why
of
they
rut,
don't,
paying too
or
much
maybe
attention to social media as well.
is it possible for them to put Xerxes in the 10 and then play Rasmus?
Up front, I mean, bro, this is
Yeah,
our lineup. We could do whatever we want. What do you say?
yeah. Maybe I'll put Xerxes, or if Mount is fit, is Mount fit?
I think he's fit, but I mean, I would leave him to come on. I looking to win this game, and I'm not a. I would be the one against Mason Mount starting.
Yeah, fair enough. Then yeah, Xerxes in the 10 and then Ireland.
Yeah, I
Even
could work
though
with that one. I mean,
I,
I mean, not too. I think it might work well with the two of them playing together. You never know; it might be a good situation.
yeah, because yeah, I think we need a bit more presence in that 10 role, and we need someone up front who can finish. And Hoyland, he seems to do well in European competition, so I think we need to keep that run going.
Yeah, I mean, I this lineup it don't look too bad to me at all. It look pretty attacking. It look, the defensively we looking a little sound, energetic,
Yeah,
combative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the midfield, we look like we are energy and combat and good footwork, balling ability. We have a creator, we have a 9.5, and we have a striker who physical, ready to take on the challenge. I will share
Yeah.
this up to my Twitter, guys, because I think I like the look of this lineup. Don't know about you guys, but definitely like any look at this lineup. But I wanted to talk about two other things, guys, because a few other things, guys, because as it is transfer season, in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the transfer window will be opening, and there's a lot of speculation right now. And a lot of the speculation, guys, rightly so, among a certain group of players. And Man United are prepared to are bracing themselves for a major exodus, but 6 players considered unsellable. After the arrival of Amorim, there's certainly been a ring of changes at Carrington, as Man United are reportedly considering more than half the squad as expendable. The Portuguese's appointment as a replacement of Erik ten Hag has spelled an immediate tactical overhaul, with the club switching from a 4-2-3-1 to a 3-4-2-1 system. And now that means quite a few players may find themselves surplus to requirements in terms of their positioning in the team if they cannot adapt. And if they can adapt to the highest level that is required by the manager, of course, they will have to be moved on. So players who can fit those roles in the required profiles be added to the squad. However, Amorim will require the right personnel to successfully implement his tactical ideas. So it seems that a major overhaul might be on the cards again for Man United. Having internally agreed that over half the squad players are candidates to leave the club between the January and the next summer's window, this massive exodus would pave the way for the arrival of a new wave of players handpicked by Amorim, or at the very least sanctioned by the Sporting CP coach. Man United are set for a major exodus, and 6 players are set to be untouchable. And of those players, Matthias de Ligt, Nusa Mazraoui, who just remained the switch but have been labelled, even though they have been labelled as Ten Hag signings, their performance in the defense has been stalwart all season. The fellow of summer rival Lenny Yoro is also on the list of untouchables. The French TD just sealed a big money transfer from Lille, and only reason that he hasn't played more is because of the injury, but he's still considered a very important investment for the future. Amad Diallo and Kobe Mainoo and Andre Onana complete the 6-man list, shockingly enough, just to be so. So the rest of the team is on the chopping block. That includes everyone. Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Ugarte, Casemiro, Eriksen, all of the above, including Diego Dallo as well. As you can see, Maguire is on that list as well. There's no freebies and there's no exceptions. There's only 6. And that means Bayern there is also on that list as well, guys. It's very interesting right now. This is shock, and this is coming straight from Florian Plettenberg. And it's a reason why it's something that I'm hopeful about. I'm optimistic about, guys. Because when you see this, you can feel the seriousness. And only when it starts happening will I applaud them and say they have been ruthless. But they also have to make the changes, and then the changes have to work. And we cannot be afraid to make these changes, guys, because we're going to be stuck in this rut forever if we keep wondering, what if, what if, what if. It's time to start thinking what will be, will be. What are your thoughts on that, my bro? Big up to you in the building.
I just find it interesting that the likes of Rasmus are on the chopping block. Xerxes, I find it interesting. Rashford, because do you know what? I was playing with this the other day in my head. Yeah, I was thinking. To me, it's very, very clear that we know that we need a left wing back and potentially someone to compete with Ahmad on in the right wing back space. We know this, but then we also know that we need 2 10s, in my opinion. And I was toying with the idea of signing Cunha and signing João Pedro. Imagine having João Pedro and Cunha in the 10 positions. I think that would be nasty with Jokeres up front. I just think that would be nasty.
I
But
think it would be nasty too, but I don't think we have the money. But I mean, selling players. I mean, remember,
if
some
you
of the
sell all
players
these
we
players,
sell.
you do.
Yeah, we will sell some of the players, but just remember, on quite a few of those players, we'll be having to sell at a loss, and that loss already told. probably hitting a total of 100 million in losses with just the sale of 2 or 3 players. I just putting it out there because we know if we sell Anthony, he's going to be a loss minimum of 45 to 60 million
I'm sure we
loss.
got loads of players in the under
So
23s that
yeah, I
ain't
mean
gonna
we
make it
do.
that we could
I'm
sell.
not disputing that. So I'm like,
10
however
million
they do it,
there,
most
10
likely it will
million
be
there,
a summer
50
clear
million
out.
there.
Yeah, it will work out at some point. The
Yeah.
interesting news that coming out right now, though, which is really interesting, is that there are some reports coming out that Marcus Rashford and his camp have said to have enough. And it's like the United attack. He has endured a season, and in Eriksen's had created limited chances for their forwards. So he's trying to blame the fact that he's a forward and Erik Ten Hag's team created limited chances when he was a winger in the team where most of the play. What is that? Most of the play went through him. And the opposite wingers or whoever were the wingers left or right, they had most of the ball and touches in the system because that's where the system really were made to suit the wingers, right? So new boss Amarim brought more proactive ideas, but his constant changing and tinkering so far has made it difficult for players to find their goal scoring rhythm. Amid this, Rashford has emerged as a rare bright spark in the final third, having registered 7 goals and 3 assists. However, Garnacho has scored more, and Ahmad has more assists in terms of he has 6 this season in the Premier League. However, the Englishman has found himself under scrutiny over his lifestyle off the pitch, and it is being reported that United are opening to offloading their talisman this summer. Now, TalkSport host Alan Brazil has shed light on Rashford's mood at the club. Speaking about the player's potential future, Brazil said probably a move abroad. I ain't speculating, but it's in the paper, so we have to talk about it. I know someone, and one of his kids, he knows him very well. He says he's picked on and he's had enough. And you know that there are 2 sides to it. I said, tell me then, but he won't tell me. There's clearly something wrong. The 27-year-old has shown this season that he has still plenty to offer going forward. Furthermore, Amarim isn't blessed with many quality attacking options. Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, and Alejandro Garnacho have all yet to establish themselves as guaranteed goal scorers. As such, it would be wise to let him go as far as on the field issues are concerned. Having said that, it off the pitch dynamic has become untenable between the club and their star academy graduate. It is best to part ways sooner rather than later. In that regard, it's being suggested that Barcelona could hand Rashford a lifeline away from England, including the hopes of PSG. Let's see how that goes, guys. Well, for me, when I read that story, I think that story is a bit kind. I feel like as a winger, as the leader in attack, the most senior player in the attacking department of our team, of our company, as you would call it, I would think that Marcus Rashford has more of a responsibility to do better. He should be our top goal scorer, and he is not. He should be leading the line amidst the pressure because he's paid the highest salary at the club, and he has all the high hopes and hype and everyone behind him supporting him for the last 9+ seasons. I think it's high time that he deliver as the big man in the business as touted to be. And I feel like hearing this report from Alan Brazil where he feels like he's been picked on, I would ask, how so? When you do what you do, you get a slap on the wrist. And for walking on the pitch for as many games as you have and the inconsistent form that you've shown over the last 9 seasons, I would say that you are a lot to prove yourself. And most of the reason why this situation is untenable is because you are not willing to work harder to really display the best of yourself. That's just my honest opinion. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but what are your thoughts, Barley Tech?
I just think I've got to the point now. I've kind of been thinking about this for a while now, but I've got to the point now where I feel like Rashford is just a soft youth. He's just soft, and he hasn't got the mentality to be a top player. And it's all good him running away from the Premier League and going to another league. But I'm telling you from now, the minute he starts playing rubbish and that becomes the norm, week in, week out, you're just gonna be hearing the monkey chants. Like that's what's gonna be happening. these foreign clubs, their fans ain't gonna have you play dropping stinkers week after week after week after week and just thinking that this is some normal activity that you're gonna be doing. He's been allowed to do it at Man United for a long time now, and like I'm just sick of the lack of levels, the lack of mentality, the lack of work rate. And then there's always, I'm being bullied online. So I'm gonna play rubbish on purpose. Get out of the club, man. Get out of the club.
brother.
You and your cheeky agent went into the office and demanded crazy wages. Then when they give you the crazy wages, you just drop your levels immediately and you don't return. Get out of the club, mate. You're you're
Man,
you're holding us back. In fact, you're holding us back now.
I think it's pretty interesting, bro. Like, to be honest, I was just looking at it from the perspective that right now we need a team of players willing to fight tooth and nail for this club. Yes, we are not the Manchester of old, but we are working our ways back there. And it's one of those things that for me that I think that as a player, you have to be inspired, regardless of whatever anyone says. You have to be inspired just putting on the Manchester United kit. It's not about you. It's not about how you feel when you walk, when you take to the pitch. It's what you can do for Manchester United, what you can do for your teammates, how you can help the club win. You know what I mean? And it's just weird for me, bro. Like, when I look at it from that perspective, I'm always thinking that, some of these players make so many excuses, and then they have these fans making excuses for them why they're not performing when they're being paid. It's like we don't cut their salary. We don't not pay them because they haven't scored a goal this entire month or gotten an assist. Or for the last better part of 3-4 months, they haven't scored a goal or gotten an assist. We don't duck their salary. We don't put them on possible, gardening leave or any kind of things like this. We keep paying them. In fact, we don't stop paying them. We believe in them. So in my honest opinion, it's a mutual thing. You got to work hard. We will support you as much as we can. We will back you every day and sing for you in the stands. But you got to come out on match day and give your heart on. You got to run blood, sweat, tears. You got to give it to us. Otherwise, you're not earning your keep. So you telling me, are you trying? I feel sometimes like the salaries we pay these guys are not enough for them because they can't. The salary does not help them be motivated to give their all.
I don't think it's about money anymore. I just think he's just drunk off Marcus Rashford. I think he's drunk off that.
Big
And
up,
maybe he needs
Rico.
to go to a league where that will just humble you. At the end of the day, if you're able to turn your back on the Manchester United fans that have supported you since you burst onto the scene, and you're able to put in stinker after stinker after stinker, season in, season out, and your excuses that, oh, well, I'm the most attacked player online, or people don't like me no more, oh, it's the manager's fault, it's the manager's tactics. I'm sick of hearing the excuses, yeah. We've seen you constantly put a lack of effort onto the field of play. And how many games are we going to sit here and say, oh, Rashford never done nothing today? It's a broken record now. Yeah. So thank God Barcelona and who else? PSG and whoever else wants to step up. Even if Chelsea want to come in and take him, like, or Arsenal, whoever, as long as you guys are paying the correct money, come in and take this kid and let him do them stinkers at your club because I'm happy. I'm happy to go and get his replacement with a quickness. If that
Brother,
means that
Nico
we sell
Williams is
him
not a
and we
bad
get,
replacement.
say that again.
Nico Williams is not a bad replacement, bro.
I rather get the guys that I mentioned, Cunha or João Pedro. I think they're better players in my opinion, especially if they're going to play in the number 10. If we're going to get someone like a central striker, then there's only one guy right now for me like that fits into the system like a glove.
Well, I mean, that's your Chris. Everybody. I mean, I think I would like him too. I mean, if we're talking in January, I don't think it's possible. So that's why I'm like I'm putting my money in on Omar Marmoush coming in January because I think he's 25 years old. I think he's prolific as a goal scorer. Has a very good ability to link up. He's very intelligent in the way he plays. I think he's like a Gyökeres, but probably he might be better suited to play in the Premier League than Victor Gyökeres, in my opinion.
Well,
But
would they? Would they? But he's already played in the Premier League. He just didn't play in the system. He didn't play in the system, nor with the manager that rated him. So
I mean,
I think it's a completely different thing. But the guy that you're talking about, he ain't played in the Premier League. That's one. And two, is the team that he's playing for, are they ready to sell their best player in January? Because me
well,
personally,
he's
unless you're
he's currently valued at 30 million euros. So I feel like if it's an option that's viable, we could get him for 27 million pounds. That's cheap, inexpensive. You know what I mean? I looking at the cost and I looking at the quality of the player. I think, we definitely can't not get an experienced striker. We could wait until the summer, which we probably will have to do to get Victor Gyökeres because that's probably going to be 60 to 80 million pounds best of
what
because there's going to be lots of competition for his signature. Barcelona are interested, so is Bayern Munich, and that's just to name two clubs. So I'm looking at it like, an option that we could get that's probably going to deliver just as much, just as good. It might not be
what
Victor, but he could probably end up being better because he is 2 years younger than Victor Gyökeres. He's a little bit quicker, and he's, this season he's not scored more goals, but he's scored a similar amount of goals so far. To be fair, in terms of the league, because Victor has scored 20, I think it's 24 goals in the league. This guy has about 25 goals in the league as well. So in terms of league play,
you mean
so
25 GA or 25 goals already?
yeah. You already have that already, bro. So this season, so it's not like if he's not a guy banging them in and creating them as well. So I feel like it's an option that we could be looking at. Cost effective as well. It will work out for us in that vein. There are lots of
If
different
if
options,
if
bro.
if that's the case, personally, we've already heard that Man United ain't really got money like that. So, are they gonna buy all these youngsters that because they're still trying to get like Naipan, and are they trying to buy all these youngsters that buy Omar Mamouche and still get a left wing back? Like I'm not
Well, the
quite
left
sure.
wing back guy is 3 million, and apparently how it looks is like this dude coming in for the summer. We will probably
I
sign the
was
dude
I was more
now.
talking about Alfonso Davies.
Oh, I don't know
So,
about Alfonso Davies, bro. Right now, I think, like I reported recently, Bayern Munich are in positive talks to re-sign Alfonso Davies on a brand new contract. So United kind of holding back to see what happens there. They're not going to
well,
be held to
Theo
ransom to
Hernandez.
negotiate for his signing. So it's one of those things where not only they trying to re-sign him, big up to Timberbank just jumping in. Real Madrid also interested in Alfonso Davies as well. So it's going to be an interesting situation to see if it does happen because it's not something that, for me, it's not cost effective to go at a player who going to demand something like 20 million euros a year. That's something like
I,
200K
I
a
don't
week,
want him
bro.
anyway. I don't want him anyway. But Theo Hernandez is he's
And
got
this guy
one
we
year
could
left.
get for 100K because currently I think he on like something like 70 or 8 on 95K or something like that in euros at AC Milan. Maybe so between that and 150 here. If we just convert that into pounds, 150 in pounds per week, that's plenty reasonable. He could get that. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe they can offer us a swap plus money on top for Xerxes, and then I don't mind, and then we can go get that Omar Mamouche or whatever his name is, and then we can sell Rashford and go
Yeah,
get
bro. I feel like
some real ballers.
yeah, just getting players who go and work hard, play hard, and try to win us games, even despite the tough going. You know what I mean? You don't want players who constantly dropping their heads and blaming everything on the world. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta take responsibility for your own actions. And
I'm
you know what
not
I mean?
gonna
I'm not
lie.
trying to cry Rashford down. I think he's a talented player, but he needs to start working hard. That's just my honest opinion.
If somebody came in and said, "Yo, we'll give you 60 mil or 6,"
Hello? You there, bro?
Sorry. If someone came in and said, "Oh, we'll give you 65 mil for Hoyland," I think I'll snap their hands off for that. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I would be patient, bro. I might be tempted at the price, but I would rather be patient because from what I have seen in the comps of that brother who is sensational right now at 27, bro, Hoyland is way better than this dude at 20, bro. And I say way better, like light years. He faster, he better
I've
as a
never seen
finisher.
his.
Everything is like,
I've never seen his pace.
bro,
I've
go
never.
pull. I was sending you one of the comp videos on this guy, bro. Sending
No,
a
but
comp video on this dude
I'm.
before.
Who we talking about? We talk about Hoyland's pace.
I'm talking about Gyökeres before he a few years ago when he was at Brighton. I have some comps to some games he played. And brother, trust what I'm telling you, Bali. If you see him then, you understand that kind of way why he does so, bro. I'm being honest, bro.
I disagree with all this. I disagree with all this, bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you. I disagree. I disagree that Hoyland is a better finisher than Gyökeres. I
Currently,
disagree.
no. Age for age, at 20 years old, at a younger
Yeah,
age, when he
but
was at
you see,
Brighton,
that's neither
Hoyland
here
is
nor there.
getting more,
To me, that's neither
finishing more
here
of his
nor there.
chances, bro.
That's
That's
neither
what I'm
here nor
talking
there.
about. I'm not about
you telling me. That's like you telling me. Oh, but Garnacho is better than Cristiano when he was this. Like to me,
no. That's
that's
not true
neither here
either.
nor there.
That is
Like,
also not true because you know
yeah,
what I
but
mean.
I'm
But I
just
am
giving an
telling you,
example. I'm
but
just giving an
no. But I'm
example.
telling you, bro, it's true. That one is actually true.
I don't personally, I honestly like the idea of saying, "Oh yeah, but look at him at that age." Like, I don't even care.
I
Like,
know, but I mean, like, bro, I'm
don't
not
get
even
me
saying
wrong.
that.
I look to the future. Don't get me wrong. I look to the future. But when we compare the two, the comparison is actually insulting to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's insulting. Yeah.
Bro,
Like it's
I
so
get it there, but what
insulting
I'm
to me.
saying is
It's
that this, right?
so insulting. Like he's light years. Like they shouldn't
Nah,
even
bro.
be
But listen, right?
mentioned.
This is what
They
I'm
shouldn't
saying, bro.
even
Like
be
for
mentioned
me,
in the same category. Like
nah,
that's
bro.
to
This is why I
me.
say that, bro. That's why exactly why I say that. Because if we do buy Gyökeres, bro, it would be the best possible situation
That's
to
like,
have this youth
bro.
man back him up.
That's like comparing Cristiano to Garnacho.
No,
Bro,
bro.
it's insulting to me.
You
It's
cannot be
insulting.
serious, bro.
It's
Gyökeres is not
insulting.
that level yet,
Like
bro.
it is
The
insulting,
man
bro.
ain't
But
win
bro,
nothing to be on that
imagine I'm
level
a
yet, bro. He
striker,
didn't win
yeah.
a UCL. You're
Imagine
comparing
I'm a
him, you're crossing
striker,
him
yeah.
with
Then I
Christie,
start
bro.
scoring 40+ goals a season, yeah.
Bro, it's
And
not
then
a season, bro. This is a
then
this
people
is
want
he
to
didn't.
start comparing bums to me. People want to start comparing bums to me. Like that's wild. That's
Bro, he
wild to me.
wasn't
A
scoring
brother who's
20,
not even
40 plus this season before, bro. He didn't score
bro.
40 plus 2 seasons in a row.
No,
You understand what I'm saying?
this guy is a 30 to 40 goal a season striker.
He had to do it 2 seasons before I say it, bro. Before he had to score plus 30 goals 2 seasons in a row before I say
Bro,
it, back to back.
he's on track to do that. He's on track to have at least 40 plus GA at least this season. He's on track.
All right, let it happen, bro. And this is why, this is for me, bro. Like, listen, I just keep it real, bro. Right? I'm not fighting it on him. I would like to see him come in because I think we need an experienced striker. But we also need a guy to back him up. He cannot play 90 minutes week in, week out, bro. In the Prem is a different kettle of fish, bro. And
No, 100%.
so,
I would love to see him. I would love to see him have the adequate person to learn off. But the comparison just blows my mind. I'm not gonna lie. It's a stinky comparison. It's the stinkiest comparison I've ever heard in my life, bro. That's why I said
brother,
it's like trying to compare Ronaldo to Garnacho. It's another
bro,
stinky comparison.
you bringing him parallel to Ronaldo right now, blowing my mind.
I'm
That's how I
not.
see
I'm
that.
saying it's a stinky comparison. I'm saying it stinks.
That stinks, bro. But you know what? I get what you're saying, bro, and I do think we need some semblance of experience coming in a few positions, key areas, because I'm still thinking about some of the youngsters we do have in the academy. Even if we sell a few, we still have so many. You know what I mean? So we need some senior guys to be there for these young guys to really develop because they have a stick. You know, they have a standard to aim for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And I pray that once if he does become like the backup striker or whatever, I pray that he learns sooner rather than later. Because just him there trying to learn for like 4 or 5 years, it's like, God. Like,
Bro. Well, that was
like,
the same trajectory my man was on. He had to learn for 4 or 5 years before he really was a banger. So, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So I'm
but
hoping that
we've
Hoyland takes
got the
just 2
finish.
or 3. He only had one so far at United. Hopefully, this one will take him really to the cusp of being the finished article. Hopefully, you know, we don't have to beat him with a yardstick as well to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that will keep us on top. If he learns it sooner rather than later, that would just keep us on top for the long haul rather than because what would happen if, let's say, he banged for like a season or two, got injured, and then we had to rely on my man, and we're still saying that he's not ready. Like, it's just, to me,
Yeah,
that
well,
would just
this
blow
I
my mind.
mean, this is why I'm saying if we had a guy who was experienced, like bro, I so disappointed we didn't keep Ronaldo. Cause imagine getting Hoyland and Xerxes and having Ronaldo with these guys. Ronaldo would have turned these fellas into monsters, bro.
I
He would
would
have turned
like
them
to
into
believe,
monsters.
I would like to believe that if I played with Messi, my left foot would be sick, but who knows?
No, I think you know why you see why you
Who
know why I
knows?
say that about Ronaldo because his work ethic, right? If these players forget party for 2 seasons and work hard on themselves, sleep like how Ronaldo does sleep 10 hours a day, work out, train, eat like how Ronaldo does eat. When I say eat healthy, no party and all these things for 2 years, bro, they would be monsters.
They
We will
played
win the
with
league.
Ronaldo. They were beefing him. They were beefing him, and
Exact,
he
but I
said the
mean,
youngsters don't want to
Hoyland was
learn.
not here. Hoyland and a lot of these guys wasn't here. Ahmad was not here. He was in Sunderland. It had a few guys who wasn't around. So now that we had these guys now, it might be a good time to bring him back just bring him back, bro. Let him deal with the new youth of the team.
Oh, he
Because
can't
we have,
come back. He got
bro, let
sacked.
me tell you,
He
you bring
can't
him
come
back
back.
to motivate the team, bro. Just to train with them and to give them that professionals help, bro.
He
Because when they
can't
get
come
rid of
back. He
all the
got
fellas
sacked.
who was fighting him, like Rashford and these fellas who fight him,
They
and they getting rid
they
of them.
they
The
escorted him
youngsters
off the
gonna love it,
premises.
bro. Hmm?
Like they escorted him off the premises like he was Ashworth. He got
Bro, you
sacked.
can escort him back on, bro. It's Ronaldo. Bro, he's a club legend, bro. That the only man to win in we lifetime to win a Ballon d'Or in the Prem besides Rodri, bro.
I mean, I don't agree. I
It
don't
take,
agree with the sacking, but they sacked him.
so, bro. You could bring him back. It's Ronaldo, bro. We could bring him
Have
back,
you
bro.
ever seen in your lifetime someone get sacked from a job and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you're unsacked?
Bro, it's Ronaldo. We brought him back once, we could bring him back twice.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? And trust me, bro. Trust. Bro, Amarim, Ronaldo. Bro,
I
Amarim.
I rarely see players get sacked. So if you get sacked, I'm surely it's like gross misconduct or something. I don't know.
True, but bro, let me tell you something. Amarim say bring Ronnie home. They'll bring him home. Bro, they will sell out kits the moment he come back again. They will sell out kits again. All over the
Yeah,
world.
I mean, I'm here
And
for it.
and all the young players that we have currently in the squad will definitely be better for it if we bring Ronaldo back in terms of
I'm
professionalism.
here for it, but not to be playing.
No. Like an
Maybe as a
advisor,
coach.
just as an ambassador kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like just to ambassador the scene and training and thing, and be a mentor to the youngsters on the team on how to be professional and train and rest yourself and win. He know how to win, King. And most importantly, we need CR7 Junior to be back here, brother. Because trust me, that youth man will be you will be different gravy. Different gravy, bro. Trust what I'm saying. He and Kai Rooney, that is the second coming on that front three. All we need to do is get young Tevez, bro. Or we could replace young Tevez with young Marcelo. Because here we're telling you, bro. Madness. Big
Wait,
up
hold
Luan
on.
in the building.
But
Hot tub time machine.
When Jokeres, the season that he left to go to Sporting, from Coventry, he scored like 20 plus goals.
Bro,
So
is he championship, bro? Come on.
yeah, but I'm not hyping it, but it's not rubbish numbers, is it?
I never said it's rubbish. No, bro. I just said he wasn't scoring 40 goals 2 seasons in a row. When he do that, I am going to say he's a 30 plus striker season after he done it 2 seasons in a row. That's just how I just judge players, bro. That's just me. I'm not
Bro,
disputing anybody.
with the goals that he's on now, as long as he doesn't get injured, we're looking at least at minimum 40 goals. Like,
Bro, I mean, I would just for my heart, just for my mental stress, I would remove 15 and say I at least 25. If he score more, kudos to him, bro.
Man
But
said 25. Hey,
yeah, bro,
Marquez,
it's the prem.
I
Listen to
didn't
me,
have
bro.
you
Like,
down as a hater, you know. Stop hating on Jokeres, bro. What did he
no,
do to
bro.
you?
I actually want the guy,
What did he do
bro.
to you,
I
bro?
just don't want to overhype it, bro. I just, bro, I just so for real. I just don't. I rather just undersell. So that
Listen,
when they
you
do
saw what he done. You saw what
overperform,
he done
I could
to.
be celebrating, bro.
You saw what he done to City. You saw it
I
with
did,
your own
bro.
eyes.
Listen,
You saw it with your own eyes.
bro. Hear me, Bali. I like the player. I would like to get him in, but I just would like to undersell for now. So when he does overperform, we could be jumping for joy and be like, bro, 40 goals. You know what I mean?
Like
Even
if Rasmus played the way he played against City for us, I'll be saying, you know, we don't need this guy. But like that performance is not in him yet. That performance
possibly.
that performance might be there in like 6-7 years time. Cool, but it's not there now.
Brother, you see this statement here, Lucky? It do exist, bro. The reason why I say it do exist because Haaland never scored 30 goals in a season in Bundesliga history, bro. And come to the Prem and score 35 goals plus, bro. Come on. What Premier League experience had he? You know what I mean? It has so many players that come to the Premier League and play much better than they ever play in the other careers at other teams. This Premier League proven thing is a myth, bro. It's a myth because Premier League teams just use that to charge more money to Man United for purchasing their players. So forget that Premier League proven thing, bro. Whoever come, win games. Forget that.
No,
I mean,
they do
Papi
have a
is
point because
Papi on
Ferguson
different kind of
game.
juice, Luan. You know what I mean? Like, I want to bring Ronaldo back as an advisor for the youth because there's no better professional in world football. You know it. He made himself into the GOAT. He made that. You know what I mean? We need a winner. We have no one in our team that have more winning mentality than Cristiano. There's no one that walking on the face of this have a better winning mentality. In my opinion, that's just me.
Yeah,
Bro.
what I was trying to say, Ferguson days, he used to hoover up all the rivals' up and coming players. So anytime they had decent players, he would just take them off them and say, "Okay, cool, we'll take this guy. We'll take Roy Keane. We'll take Eric Cantona. We'll take Berbatov." Like he had a history of doing it. We'll take Alan Smith.
Like, I mean, we take some good players, bro. I just thinking that, bro, currently, I just underselling because right now, I've been too disappointed by some of these players. And also in some instances, bro, I still seen better in some cases. So for me, I'm just like, let me undersell for a little while, bro. We don't need to hype these guys to the moon. We can just back them to win. And after they win 10, 15 games in a row, we could all say that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's just how I look at it for Man United. Just me, bro. Because
that gentleman's agreement, whatever we have with Sporting, oh God, please. I just want to see Diamonde, Jokeres,
bro, we don't have that kind of cream, bro. That's 300 million.
Players.
No matter how much we sell, like 300 million you're talking about, King.
What?
That is not happening.
Who?
Bro, Diamande is 84 million pounds. That's just release clause.
Yeah.
Morten Humlan, 84 million for his release clause too. Bro,
well,
the youth man on the right wing back. What's his name? Giovanni Quenda, who I talk about and nobody didn't know who he was, and then all of a sudden everybody know who he is. Bro, This brother is 80 million pounds, bro.
They played him in the number 10 yesterday. I found that weird. I thought it was a wing back. They played him number 10 yesterday.
Bro,
Like
he
left
real
10.
good on the ball, bro. He is very, very good on the ball. So
I didn't watch the match, but they lost it. They lost the match.
he real good on the ball, bro. He real good on the ball. So it's interesting, bro. You know what I mean? So for me, that's just how I say it. Yeah, Steph, you know what I mean? Mentality. If we could win 10, 15 games in a row, being ICU 100%, Fergie mentality. Listen, I as a man will support my team until the last. You know why? Because I'm not Fergie the man saying, listen, if you don't support me when we lose it, don't support me when we win it. So I as man supporting United, win, lose, or draw. But
No, but
sometimes
if
I
Man
had to
United
fight it
start winning,
because
if
no,
Man
no,
United start winning all the time, are you telling me you won't be at Old Trafford more often?
bro, regardless, bro, as much as I know, bro, you feel a loss stopping me from wanting to go Old Trafford, King. You ready?
No, but
You know what? I'll tell you
you know
this,
what
right?
it is? It's the professionalism. It's the
Let me tell you
stinking from
something, bro,
Old
right? And
Trafford.
I want you to hear me this, right? You know, I'm real good. I so confident in my good luck that I feel like if I was to be at Old Trafford every game, we wouldn't lose at home. I never see a loss at home, bro. Every game I go to, we win, bro. We only draw like 2, but we win every other game. And I talking about 40 something games plus counting, bro. So we only draw about less than probably less than 7, bro, and all the rest was wins in different over a span of 3 seasons, bro.
But
You
we're not
understand?
rubbish at Old Trafford. It's away from home, really. It's away
Huh?
from home.
No, but
We
I'm not
tend to
saying,
be
bro.
all right at Old Trafford. It's
For
away from home.
me, if we could secure 20 wins at home, I just say 20 wins, like 60 points, 60 points. Whatever happen after that, we still in top 4. You know what I mean? So yeah, I will be unbearable because, bro, I will start to go away games now. You don't want me to go away games because I real loud and thing, bro. I just be screaming at the top of my lungs in the Old Trafford, bro. You know what I mean? When men them score and thing, I be screaming at the top of my lungs, bro. Trust. So that's why I say, bro. I feel like if I go to games, we would win more. Honestly, I have good luck, good vibes. I always optimistic. I don't have any heavy heart for the players. I want all of them to succeed every time I walk in there. So it's 100% good vibes, bro. You know what I mean? So just me. That's just how I just think. But at the end of the day, it's not up to us. It's about the players and about the coach and what they do on the pitch on match day. And of course, we're looking forward to match day tomorrow. Guys, join us for the watch along. We'll be here. You know, of course, it's in Czech Republic. Your boy is not there yet. Maybe sometime I will get there, but not this time. At the same time, join us tomorrow, guys. I'll be hosting the watch along tomorrow. And of course, we'll be here. Of course, tomorrow morning, tune in because I will be having the manager's press conference live for you guys here in the morning view. And you'll be able to hear what the manager had to say. What is the team information? We all listen to it. We'll all talk about it. Hopefully, you guys get all the information you want. And guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm thinking something like a 5-1 tomorrow, or maybe a 8-1, maybe 8-2. I'm going with an 8-2 scoreline tomorrow. We're going to score big, plenty goal difference to take us in the top 4 of the Europa League with 3 points. Big up to you, Luan. Big up to Stephanie on a 4-0 win away. Big up to you guys. What are your thoughts, Bali Tech? Any match prediction score?
Yeah, I'll go with a 4-0 as well.
Yeah, Bali Tech says 4-0, just like Stephanie. I'm going with 8-2. Guys, it's going to be a big game tomorrow. We are away in Czech Republic at Viktoria Stadium. So we will be tuning in and we'll be cheering on the Reds. Glory, glory, Man United. And have a safe night, all of you. Big up to Ray Carl Brown, Amory. Big up to you, Lucky Singh, as well. Big up to Luan France, who will be here in the building. Big up to Stephanie Griffith as well. And big up to the guys who came in earlier but had to leave soon. Big up to you guys, Elite Baller, as well. Don't forget to smash the likes up. Help the channel grow, guys. And if you have a chance, leave your match predictions, your score predictions in the comments, whether it's the live or the non-live section. Thank you so much to Bali Tech for coming in tonight. Big up to Drex. He couldn't make it, but hopefully next time you will be here. Guys, have a great night. Big up to you in the chat. Drex says 3-0. I guess he was watching in the background. Big up to you, my brother. We'll be talking about this later on. I know you have your show to be coming up. Hopefully, I will catch it later on. Big up to you and have a good night, everyone. Big up to you guys.